Welcome to this special program where we are chronicling the tour of ZIMDEF funded projects in the country's provinces by the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development. After touring the ZIMDEF headquarters in Harare, the parliamentarians were taken to Chinhoyi University of Technology. In his welcome remarks, the Vice-Chancellor of Chinhoyi University of Technology, Professor Simbi, said he was hopeful that Zimbabwe will be taken where it wants to be through the assistance coming from ZIMDEF. Professor Simbi said ZIMDEF has injected almost $1 million to fund various projects at the university. He takes us through the ZIMDEF funded projects at the Chinhoyi University of Technology.
I think there are three areas where ZIMDEF has assisted us. First of all, in the completion of the engineering complex, which is this building where we are standing, the PSIP funding dried up, but we realized that we are short of space for learning, as well as short of space for laboratories. But irrespective of the fact that we cannot use them for laboratories at the moment, but we can use them for learning, they've allowed us to have that money, which has completed the other 4 rooms. From our own reserves, we managed to complete the other 2. So from that angle, that's one aspect where ZIMDEF has assisted us. School of Natural Science and Mathematics, 3 laboratories, chemistry, biology, and physics, where we've had to modify the rooms that we have there in order for them to accommodate equipment, this time which was donated from Seeding Labs in America. You see the kind of stuff that we have. And again, ZIMDEF came in and gave us about 99,000 to do that exercise. The third project is the one which will be the last one, which is the cattle breeding project, which is meant to be a national project in terms of first preserving the national breed of this country as hybrids, which will then be distributed to farmers. And already we have what we call cattle handling facilities across there. We are given about 294,000 to do that, to buy the animals as well as to construct the cattle handling facilities themselves.
ZIMDEF funded the construction of a dining hall that was to accommodate all students at the university. However, funding stopped after building of the dining hall was made a PSIP project. Professor Simbi said an allocation was made towards the project, but the funds were not transferred to complete the project. Professor Simbi appealed to ZIMDEF to finish off the construction of the building.
This project started off as a ZIMDEF project, then it was made a PSIP project, and money was actually allocated in the blue book, but that money never came. So 13, 14, 15, 16. So end of last year, we made a request to ZIMDEF that could they resume their assistance. Because right now, we are afraid that the structural members are actually deteriorating with each year that passes. So that to the extent that when we come back to want to do this thing, we will have problems structurally of making it right. Now, what is it that motivated us wanting to have this project was that in that DH, we have about 7,000 students here. And let's assume that 4,000 or 5,000 are here at any day during the semester. You cannot fit them all in one sitting.
Still at the Chinhoyi University of Technology, ZIMDEF supplied money towards the project to rebuild the national head. ZIMDEF funded the project to the tune of $295,000. During the tour, the Director of Livestock Research, Dr. Crispin Murungweni, said under the project, 300 cows in Mashonaland West Province have so far been artificially inseminated.
ZIMDEF provided us with $295,000 for buying the animals and for equipping our laboratories. So our lab we have already gone so far in trying to get the materials required. But the university now is supporting with the structures. So all these structures that we are seeing is funding from the university. But the animals is funding from ZIMDEF, and then the laboratory equipment.
A plea was made to ZIMDEF to fund the building of a nitrogen plant to store the semen effectively.
Kuti tichengete semen zvakanaka inoda kuchengetedzwa mumatengi enitrogen. Nitrogen muZimbabwe iri kugadzirwa ne one company iri muHarare. Saka yanga yakaamino zvakaita plant yawo. Saka plant iyi ikangofa chete hatina kukona nitrogen. But isusu as an institute, we can also have our own plant, which can cost something like about 125,000. So we tikatogadzira that plant nitrogen yatinga takuzogadzira tega atiti mahiccups no project. Tinotengetsa kuti zvikwanisa kuita sei kuti tichitengesera vanhu nitrogen.
The university is also requesting more land to increase the head. From Chinhoyi, the team traveled to Kwekwe Polytechnic, where they were welcomed by the principal, Mr. Joyce Sifas Mbudzi. Principal Mbudzi explains how ZIMDEF funding has helped keep Kwekwe Polytechnic afloat.
20 houses were built by ZIMDEF, not by the fiscals. We must distinguish there. They were built purely by ZIMDEF. And up to now, these houses belong to ZIMDEF. That building to the left as you enter, that is the library. It was built by ZIMDEF. We started using it in 2002. Started building it in 2000 and finished in 2002. And then there is another hostel. There is a hostel down there. If you look backwards, you will see a huge building there. That's a hostel. They built a workshop to the tune of 1.5 million. The workshop is there, up there. I will talk about equipmentation later. But it is now complete and ready for use if it gets equipment. So the three buildings which were built by ZIMDEF, the hostel, the library, the mechanical workshop, we call it the mechanical BTEC workshop, and again the 20 houses. Each and every year we used to get a grant from ZIMDEF in order to buy equipment, you see. When we became degree granting, we used to get $500,000. So in the year 2011 and 2012, we got 500,500, that was $1 million. Then there is the automotive equipment, which was bought by ZIMDEF, state-of-the-art equipment. There is nobody in Kwekwe, let alone in Midlands, who has that kind of equipment. We can test the engine of a car, using a computer very easily and have all the faults of the car printed and then go to repair. And this is the technology we are teaching our students at the moment. ZIMDEF also has given us money to buy computers. In 2012, when the last us gave money for this, we bought 20 state-of-the-art computers, and they are in our labs. ZIMDEF used to give us $100,000 per year up to 2015. Last year, they gave us $70,000 for all apprentices. You should remember that all their fees, that is general fees, tuition fees, what fees, are paid by ZIMDEF. Secondly, their examination fees are paid by ZIMDEF. And I want to tell you, this is a lot of money if you think of the whole country.
The Parliamentary Portfolio Committee went on to tour the mechanical workshop that was equipped by ZIMDEF to the tune of $1.5 million, the automotive workshop, the library, and the 250 computers that were bought by ZIMDEF. In the next episode, we will be in Bulawayo, where we will continue with the tour of ZIMDEF-funded projects that are making a difference in our institutions of higher and tertiary education.